Hey, what's up, good people? It's Rob Lee. I'm going to do this video here for you because I think it will help you to understand the next couple videos that I'm going to do, especially the one about something that I've been wanting to share with you for about a year, and I thought this video would be a nice segue into the next video because I want you to see how incredibly heartless, cruel, and evil these monsters are. I've told you before, man, you're never going to understand this world, the Bible, until you understand Genesis 3, 14, 15, and what really lives among you. And you have to understand who they are, how they behave, and what drives them. They thrive on pain, misery, and lies, man. They love it. They worship death, and they love to mock us. Now, as you watch this video, I want you just to think about something. This was done in a studio, and the only reason I'm doing it is because I found just a little bit more footage to go with it, and it's going to lead into my second video. But I want you to just to think about this, people. This was done in a studio while people were dying, while children were being starved and deprived of medicine, while our young men and women were losing limbs. I want you to really think about that.
CNN's Carl Rochelle is here with me. He just came up. Carl, I know we can't be very specific given these restrictions, but within those parameters, what did you see?
Well, what I saw, I didn't see anything hit. I looked almost straight above us. There is a vapor trail coming from my right to my left, and there's a cloud of something. It looks like it might have been an explosion, a cloud. I'd say it was... Okay. My apologies for that. He's putting on a gas mask. There hasn't been any gas dropped here that we could tell. You smell anything? No. You may smell some of the fumes from a missile exhaust going off.
We're going now to Saudi Arabia and Charles Jaco. Charles, are you still hearing me? Charles
Yes,
Jaco is just
the air raid sirens are just now going off here near these U.S. bases in Saudi Arabia. We've sent the entire camera crews inside right now. We're all preparing to put on our gas masks, and we've been told there are sounds of planes overhead. We don't know whose planes there are, but air raid sirens are going off insistently. There are military convoys on both sides of me. We're being told to get off this platform and get inside into the air raid shelter immediately. But right now, everyone's been training for this, and it looks like we may have to.
All right, Charles Jaco, that doesn't mean that he is in any imminent danger. Of course, we can't know that.
CD, if you need to take cover, I notice that you've got your gas mask in your hands. If you need to put it on, please do so. If you need to take cover.
People are looking up in the skies, scanning the skies to see what they can see. Hi, Atlanta. We're about to have a short course in missile identification. This is a Scud. You can tell it by its distinctive label. Now, when the missile is launched, the first thing you look for is the plume sticking out behind it. Now, when you detect this, you can tell it's been launched. Thank you.
The graffiti on it? Yeah, show me graffiti.
Larry King show or bust. Je suis un journaliste américain. Woof.
Woof.
Woof. Oh, I love this country so much.
You guys just don't have a clue.
Well, Cheryl, it was almost exactly 2 hours ago when the sirens went off here in Saudi Arabia. Where we are in eastern Saudi Arabia, there was no problem. Now, let me just size my mask and fit it for a second, just like I always do. Stand by, please. All clear. Shh. What are they saying? Are they saying all clear?
Yes, ma'am. I can't hear.
Were they saying all clear down there just now?
Okay.
All clear. All clear. Está bien was a false alarm. Got that, Atlanta? Standing down now. I'm gonna go get my hamburger and my coffee.
Good. We just got the all clear.
All clear. Every time I order something, this happens. All clear. Thank you.
I appreciate you guys watching it. I know many of you have seen it before. However, it's important for me that you get to see it again. Bush Sr., out of these troubled times, our fifth objective, a new world order, September 11th, 1990. 11 years later to the day is in September 11th, we had what we know as 9/11. Coincidence? Not hardly, people. Nothing with the serpent is a coincidence. So, the Gulf War, a couple of monsters in a studio putting on a show for you while men and women were risking their lives. Now, I'm not going to get into whether or not the war was justified, because no, I don't believe it was. And I'm all for being a patriot, man. I love this country. I love the people. And some people have even told me that I love it too much. I'm too much of a patriot to be so much of a follower of Jesus Christ. I don't buy that at all. I love the people. I love the flag. I love my country. I love my country very, very much. So you see Charles Jaco and Carl Rochelle here, and they are mocking death, pain, starvation, and you. You see, they're mocking you right to your face. As our men and women, along with, there was a huge coalition of all across the world, while our men and women were actually dying, they were mocking them. And what about the Iraqi people? Many of you, well, some of you were actually cold-hearted enough to say, well, they're Muslim. I don't give a shit if they're atheists, man. Doesn't matter. I know how my king told me to behave toward other people except for serpents. That's it. Surely you people remember the story of the Good Samaritan, right? So here you have the children in Iraq deprived of medicine, food, water, their country being bombed all to hell. And these two monsters are on Evil Vision mocking them. You see, these monsters don't care of the carnage that was to be left behind. They don't care. They simply don't care because they don't have it in them to care. This is the real media. And there's no, listen to me, man. I know many of you, some people, they like Mark Dice and the Joseph Watson. There's no difference between Alex Jones and Don Lemon. They're both serpents. And until you can understand this, man, you'll never understand the truth of this world. There's no left wing, right wing. They all work for the same team. And who funds all this? Well, you do. We do. We've always funded this. Where do you think the money comes from? It has to come from someplace. It comes from you. It's sewage, people. It's sewage in and sewage out. Sewage in, sewage out. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. Most of the time what you see on the media, when it's not real and they're not mocking you, you're looking at hoaxes, made up news, fictitious news. I mean, that's where we're at now in 2018. CGI, made up stories. They want to own your mind. Own your mind. All these monsters have the same master. They may fight sometimes amongst themselves, but they have the same master, I promise you. To be able to stay away from this and to be free of it, you have to stay in prayer. You got to stay in the Word of the Almighty Father. You have to walk in the light. That's why I'm always putting this little light in all of my videos. You got to walk in the light. I want to read something to you from Romans. Romans 1:18, for the wrath of God is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men who hold the truth in unrighteousness. These are people who mock the truth and suppress the truth. They do whatever they can to keep the people from knowing the truth. This is the truth of the world that we live in. And you have so many people that are going to follow. They're going to go along. They're going to go along. Why do so many billions go along with the lie? Let me tell you why. And it's not from the serpent. It's from the Almighty Creator himself. Think about what your father, some of you, he's your father. Think about what he's really saying. Isaiah 66:4, and I also will choose their delusions, and I will bring their fears upon them, because when I called, none did answer. When I spake, they did not hear, but they did evil before mine eyes, and chose that in which I delighted not. 2 Thessalonians 11:12, and for this cause God shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, that they all might be damned who believed not in the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. It's not the serpent who's sending this delusion of the people that go along with this lies and BS. It's the Father, because the Father peers deep into your soul, and he knows the real you. He knows, do you have any love for him, any love for Jesus Christ? Do you have any love for your fellow man, or do you simply give a shit about this world and the evil in it? That's what you seek. That's what you chase after. And when you are exposed as being one of those, it's the Father who says, I got something for you. I'm going to blind you. You wanted to live it, I'm going to let you live it. You want to chase lies, chase them. I'm going to leave you with this, Ephesians 2:2. where in time past ye walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience, the prince of the power of the air. And that's important for the next video, and the children of disobedience. Well, who are the children of disobedience? Who are these monsters? Now, I've been showing them to you for a long time. A long time. May the Almighty Father bless you in the name of His precious Son. God bless you all.